Hello, this is a podcast where I discuss hiking, vacations, and the wilderness. I am Cal Wilhelm, an avid hiker and explorer. Welcome to the Wild Wonders podcast. Today I'm going to talk about my adventure backpacking in the Porcupine Mountains. I went on this adventure with Sam Zolman. He's going to be joining us today to talk a little bit about this adventure as well. Many beginning backpackers and hikers often run into trouble without packing sufficient amount of food, water, materials in order to make the experience enjoyable. Is there anything else you'd like to add on that topic, like certain things that beginner hikers should include?
Yeah, in my experience with starting outdoorsmen, people pack too much clothes. You don't need to pack a lot of clothes for a 4-day, 5-day trip, or however far you're going. You just need to bring one pair of clothes, a change of socks, and a change of underwear, and then you can wash your clothes during the trip.
Yeah, because you don't want to be carrying around 15 pounds of clothes when
You can fill that spot with food, fire starter, some other stuff, sleeping bag.
Would you advise this trip for a beginner? The trip we took up in the Porcupine Mountains this summer through bear country and with a slight elevation change throughout the 20-mile hike.
I would say it was an okay experience. Like, if you want a challenge first thing off, yeah, this would be a decent one. There is a slight elevation challenge, and there could be some bears, so make sure you pack some bear spray. But on the other hand, is this backpacking area also had some cabins, so if like a beginner just wanted to do the hiking and doesn't want to do tent camping or hammock camping, they can sleep in the hammocks, and these hammocks. These cabins do have real bathrooms. So if you're not comfortable without go pooping or peeing out in the woods.
So if you're not comfortable without, there are multiple backpacking locations wherein you can find outdoor restrooms.
Yeah, but these outdoor restrooms do not have toilet paper.
Packing toilet paper is advised. We went backpacking this summer. One of the things that just really surprised me, how surreal, just waking up next to the Lake Superior and just next to the sunset. It was just like, I've hiked throughout most of the United States, and that was one of the most surreal, like, amazing experiences of my life. There's just something about waking up in a hammock next to Lake Superior on like a very scenic, natural environment. It's just something that most people don't get to experience. I thought it was really cool.
Wasn't that your first time backpacking?
Yeah, it was my first time backpacking.
Hand it to other people?
Yeah. I mean, as long as you go with someone that knows what they're talking about, I would advise it. Like it was really a great trip. But I've also hiked a lot more than some beginners. But no, I really enjoyed it. It was a very, very cool experience. Do you have any suggestions on food to bring that's light and like well nutritious, like suggestions food wise to beginners?
Spam.
Probably not the spam. The spam. We ate spam. I think it was hickory spam. I don't know. It was something weird. On the second day, once we reached our campsite, and I would like to say that I would not choose to eat that again if possible. I mean, it was okay at first, but the more I ate it, the more I realized it was not something I enjoyed.
Yeah, I needed at least 2 more days out there to enjoy a good spam.
Yeah. Potatoes, like the packed potatoes where you just add boiling water, is pretty good. And if you can add jerky to that, that was pretty good. That first
Any
day.
food with boiling water that doesn't have a lot, like doesn't weigh a lot, that's what you want, because you can find depends on where you're backpacking. If you're backpacking a place with abundance of water, you're not gonna need that, and you just boil it down.
water filters,
Yeah, water filters. That's a must-have because
especially while backpacking. I mean, you can carry water, but you don't want to carry water for a couple days. That water's heavy.
I mean if you're just going for one night, I mean yeah, you can probably pack in water and pack it out. But if you're going to like 2, 3 days, how many days you're going, you do not want to pack your water. That's probably one of your most heaviest thing is water.
There's life straws where you can just drink straight out of water sources. I wouldn't drink out of swamps, but I drank out of Lake Superior and surrounding rivers, which was fine. Or you can also buy water filtration pumps where you pump the water through tubes and a filter into water bottles, which Sam used during this used while we were up in the mountains.
I would recommend the water pumps because yeah, the life straws are nice, but you have to be there when you get drink of water, you serve it up. There's nothing to hold it into.
The water pumps was a lot more convenient because you wouldn't have to find water every time you wanted to drink. You could pump it into a water bottle and carry it with you. Yeah. Is there any experiences that you encountered while backpacking or hiking that you would like to share because you might think that they are funny, or it could get like something that was fun that you experienced while hiking that could influence another individual to hike?
This might influence some of the other guys, but we were backpacking and we found our camp and we were running around the beach at Lake Superior. And for those who haven't seen Lake Superior, a lot of the shoreline is big giant rocks. So we jumped to rock, and Cal found a rock on top of a rock and he shoved it off and it made a huge splash. It was very
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah, no. There's just parts of being out in the wilderness like that where you find some cool landmark or just some part of nature that doesn't look like it should quite be there, and you can mess with it or climb something. Just there's so much more freedom when you go backpacking rather than on a tour or on a specific hike, like a well walked or trekked hiking trail, because it's so much like more natural, and you get to see some things that you might not see while hiking on a well walked path or guided adventure.
Yeah, we weren't saying go off the trail because if you do not know that experience very well and you go off the trail and you do not know where the trail is, you could get lost out there far away from other people.
A majority of individuals who get lost or turned around while hiking, backpacking, exploring, it's because they venture off into areas they do not know or not experience stuff, and that it's often a big scenario. Like, just stay on the path. Another big thing is don't make cairns because that can also get people lost. A cairn is a rock stack structure that's often used to mark trails, especially in rocky, hilly areas.
And mountain terrain, cairns.
Yeah, they're cairns.
Yep, I forgot the name. Cairns are used to mark trails. So if you mark one off in the middle of the wilderness and some people see it, they might think that's the trail.
How important is it for people to do research on the environment they're going to be exploring?
You really want to do that because if you don't know the environment you're going in, you could be surprised in backpacking.
Yeah, you can run into all sorts of different animals consuming poisonous berries, which is often done more than you might think.
Okay, and then I'm gonna take it back to eating wild berries. Now, if you're eating something out in the wild and you do not know what it is, 100%, do not eat it. Only eat it if you know 100% that it is what it is. Because there are food out there, but it's only 25%. I think I'm not 100% sure on that. But there's a lot of stuff out there. It could kill you if you eat the wrong thing.
Well, I'm going to thank you for joining me today, and I'm going to thank you for listening today, and hope you can join me soon.
Thank you. Drop the mic.